Aloha, welcome back to the hottest questions that homeowners ask when thinking about selling their home. Primarily, the goal is to maximize your outcome, right? And to get the most amount of money for your home. But there are key factors that impact a sale, including the time of the year you sell, or tax implications, or maybe it's knowing how to plan efficiently for your next investment. This is part 2 of our 2-part video series. And if you haven't seen part 1, you can find the link in the description below. Aloha again, my name's Chris Shomo, real estate agent and owner and founder of Home Sweet Home Hawaii Real Estate, brokered by eXp Realty. Thanks again for joining me for this chat. I'm back today for more of the most frequently asked questions by folks looking to sell their homes. And we've included some data and trends so you can get a better understanding of the unique market conditions here and really what it takes for a successful sale here in Hawaii. That being said, there are a lot of questions that homeowners ask, and these videos focus on only 12 of those questions, right? 6 in part 1 and 6 questions in this video in part 2. So these are questions that come up a lot for us, and there are a ton, but if we haven't covered the questions that you had, feel free to ask us the questions in the comments below. We do read every comment and can answer your questions there, or just send me a text or give us a call. Okay, now let's jump back into this list. We're starting with number 7. So one common question we get is, should my home be staged before it's listed? Staging usually can make a big difference in how quickly your home sells and how much you get for it. Usually staged homes tend to sell faster and for more money because they help buyers visualize the space and see its potential. Now in Hawaii, this can be especially important as buyers often are looking for that island lifestyle feeling. So you also want to consider staging outdoor areas like the lanai or patio. That can help showcase your home's tropical charm and vibe. And don't just take my word for it. According to the National Association of Realtors, staged homes sell 88% faster and for 20% more than homes that aren't staged. Also, homes with staged outdoor living spaces in Hawaii have been shown to add a 5 to 10% premium over those without staging. So that's really significant. Now, if staging isn't in your budget or the listing agent doesn't offer that for you, at least make sure your home is clean, decluttered, and well lit. Also, your agent may have connections with local stagers who can offer affordable options. We definitely do. So the next question we get at number 8 is, what happens after my home goes under contract? Well, a lot happens, and this is why it's so important to work with a reputable brokerage and a great listing agent. There's an extensive escrow timeline with all the inspections, disclosures, and deadlines that must comply with Hawaii regulations and meet the requirements of the executed contract. And then there's a huge flurry of paperwork. At this point, a lot of work is happening behind the scenes, and your real estate agent and team will keep you informed. Several major things that will be scheduled, which are standard for every sale, are the home inspection, termite inspection, a survey or staking, unless it's a condo, of course, and an appraisal, just to name a few. Given Hawaii's tropical environment, termites are a common issue. As for the appraisal, this is required by lenders. Now, as a seller, if you accept an all-cash offer, you can have a contingency-free contract where the buyer waives everything: home inspection, appraisal, termite inspection, staking or survey. This is the reason why sellers often like working with cash buyers. It's not because of how much faster the seller gets their funds, although a lot of times that can be a great benefit. Typically, an all-cash purchase could take 7 to 14 days to close, where traditional financing usually takes 30 to 45 days, sometimes 60. Now, as for disclosures and other paperwork, we've also already talked about the seller's disclosure, and that will be completed during this period. There's also a lead-based paint disclosure that will be provided if the home was built prior to 1978. Another one is the short-term rental disclosure, which was new to us a couple years ago, and this is a new addition that is required on every sale. Then you have flood zone and tsunami evacuation areas. Those are also shared with the buyers. Now, it's important for you to know that as a seller, these documents are all prepared for you with the legal language, and for the most part, all you need to do is sign these documents. The exception to that, though, is the seller's disclosure, but even that document is prepared as much as possible, and you as a seller will check off all the boxes and fill in the blanks. Your realtor is able to fully guide you through any of these steps along the way. And at no point should you be left on your own, right, to figure out all the legalese. And also remember, your realtor represents you and is looking out for you and should be able to make it a smooth process. That being said, the main thing to remember is this: being upfront about your property's condition is the best way to avoid legal issues down the road. Your agent's going to help you complete the necessary disclosure forms, and a pre-listing inspection can uncover any issues you may not be aware of. But again, you want to disclose everything and anything you can about the property. So remember to answer everything honestly and truthfully, because as a homeowner, you're actually liable for up to 5 years for any misinformation on that seller's disclosure. Okay, so the next frequently asked question on our list is, what are the Hawaii specific real estate regulations I should be aware of? So not the most exciting topic, but selling a home in Hawaii comes with some unique legal requirements that may not be found in other states. One of the key regulations sellers have to abide by is located on page 6 of our 14-page purchase contract under section 1, and that's the seller's disclosure, which I just mentioned. Hawaii law requires sellers to disclose material facts about the property's condition. It's called the seller's real property disclosure statement, which lists any known defects or issues with the property. So this includes everything from roof leaks to other leaks, whether they're current leaks or even past leaks, and it can include foundation problems, if there's mold in the home or termite damage, as well as any environmental hazards like being in a flood zone or near a tsunami evacuation area. So on the seller's disclosure, you're even going to list the past 3 months of electricity bills and even note things like local noise issues. But here's the big takeaway for you. If a seller intentionally does not include a known issue, then there are legal repercussions that can come even after the close of the sale, like I said, as long as up to 5 years down the road. So it's a really big deal. So at number 10, we have, what are the tax implications of selling my home in Hawaii? So full disclaimer, I am not a licensed tax advisor, obviously, so I'm not able to give you any tax advice. So discuss with your accountant or tax advisor, but obviously taxes are a major consideration when selling your home, and Hawaii has a few unique tax laws you should be aware of, including what we call HARPTA and capital gains taxes. So what is HARPTA? HARPTA is the Hawaii Real Property Tax Act, and that requires 7.25% of the sale price be withheld for tax purposes when a non-resident sells property in Hawaii. So in layman's terms, if you own a home in Hawaii and it's not your primary residence and you live on the mainland, then you could be subject to a 7.25% sales tax. So this law is in place to make sure non-resident sellers pay their share of state taxes. But if you're a Hawaii resident, you don't have to worry about HARPTA, but you'll still need to discuss with your CPA any federal and state capital gains taxes that you can have. Now, the great thing about Hawaii is for federal taxes, you may be able to exclude up to $250,000 of capital gains if you're a single filer, or up to $500,000 if you're married and filing jointly, as long as the property was your primary residence for at least 2 years out of the last 5 years. So that's a huge tax break. Side note here, in 2022, over 30% of the home sales in Hawaii were to non-residents, and many of those ended up being subject to HARPTA. So again, I really want to point out, to avoid unexpected tax bills, I highly recommend consulting a tax advisor who is thoroughly experienced in Hawaii real estate. They can help you understand your tax liabilities, and also they can guide you through the HARPTA process if you're a non-resident, and also explain the 1031 exchange, tax exchange, deferred tax exchange if you're an investor. And that's a whole nother subject matter for another video. But if you have any questions on that, feel free to reach out to me directly, and we can also connect you with tax advisors out here in Hawaii. But just to touch base more on the 1031, and if your property is an investment property, then you might want to think about the 1031 tax exchange. Again, a whole nother topic for a different day, but feel free to reach out to me if that's something you'd like to know more about now. Another question we get, and it's not one of our main questions, but it's, do I need to hire a real estate agent, or can I sell my home myself? So I'm usually not going to get that question, because people that reach out to me see the value of having a real estate agent. That being said, while you can sell your home yourself, which is known as FSBO, for sale by owner, working with a real estate agent has many advantages, especially in Hawaii's competitive market. One of the basic points is that agents have access to the MLS, or what is the multiple listing service, And this of course helps your home get in front of more potential buyers. They'll also handle the marketing, negotiations, and legal paperwork, which can be very complicated if you're not familiar with Hawaii's specific real estate laws. Also, people don't realize this, but for sale by owner homes, they actually typically sell for 5 to 7% less than homes sold by agents. And that's according to the 2022 NAR study, National Associations of Realtors study. So homes listed with an agent in Hawaii, they will often sell faster, with 80% of agent-listed homes closing within the first 90 days. That being said, our homes are typically on the market for sale for 7 to 40 days. Now, if you're comfortable handling everything on your own, then for sure, FSBO is an option. But for most sellers, especially in a market like Hawaii, having an experienced agent on your side can save you time, save you stress, save money, and help you avoid all the legal issues in the long run. Selling FSBO is kind of like going to court without a lawyer representing you. You know, some people can handle it, most don't. And ironically, people will shell out 30 to 50% for attorney's fees, where the traditional real estate brokerage will be charging 5 or 6%. And the last and final question, how does the cost of living in Hawaii impact my home's value? Hawaii consistently ranks as one of the most expensive places to live in the US, and this affects both home prices and buyer expectations. The cost of living in Hawaii is 88% higher than the national average, and that means that homes are generally way more expensive, but it also means that buyers expect certain amenities. So the cost of utilities, groceries, transportation costs, they're all higher here, which can of course influence how buyers evaluate the overall value of the home. For example, energy efficient homes with solar panels, they're highly desirable because of Hawaii's high electricity costs, which average about 43 cents a kilowatt hour. So translated, that means our electric bills are 3 times more expensive than the national average. So having solar is a major solution to the cost of electricity, and solar panels can add up to $25,000 of the value of a home here in Hawaii, depending on the system size and the energy savings. Also keep in mind, energy efficient appliances can also make a noticeable difference. So these are the types of things that make your home more attractive to buyers. Okay, that's it for the 12 most common questions that homeowners have when thinking about selling their home. Let me know if I missed anything. Please ask me your questions in the comments below, or just feel free to reach out to me. If this video is helpful for you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. That way you can be notified when we roll out a new video and keep you in the loop in the Hawaii real estate market. And if you're thinking about selling your home, whether right now or down the road, feel free to reach out. We can help you with your smart planning right now. You can give us a call, shoot us a text, or schedule a Zoom chat with us, or send me an email. We always love it when people reach out with their real estate needs. We're here to make your process as smooth and stress-free as possible. Mahalo for watching, and until next time, we'll see you on the next video. Aloha.